Hi everyone, welcome to English Orals. My name is Angel Anayo. In this video, I want to help you to identify the 8 diphthongs of English. A diphthong is a vowel of 2 units. It's a combination of 2 monophthongs. A monophthong is a vowel of 1 unit. In the previous video, we identified the 12 monophthongs of English from E through E, a, o, u, a, and the last one, the schwa, a. When any two of these 12 monophthongs come together, a diphthong is formed. There are 8 diphthongs. They are A, which is roughly a combination of A and E. I, which is roughly a combination of A and E. Oi, which is roughly a combination of O and E. Ow, which is roughly a combination of A and U. O, which is roughly a combination of and U. E, which is roughly a combination of E and which is roughly a combination of and which is roughly a combination of U and If you are not yet familiar with the monophthongs which come together to form these diphthongs, please watch my previous video on monophthongs. If you are already familiar with the monophthongs, then let's dive in to look at each of these diphthongs in many different words. Vowel 13 is a diphthong. It's a mid-front closing diphthong. It occurs in A in name, A in maid, A in break, A in page, in whale. You can see the phonetic transcription here, rather the phonetic symbol. It's a combination of A and E. So the mouth opens for A and then it goes to E. And you see it once again in this column, named, bade, rather made, break, page, whale, cape, cane, sage, age, slate, lathe, bathe, rain, sail, fail, feign, eight, wait, slay, neighbor, day, bay, sway, may, pay, bait, pale, lathe, rathe, quaint, haven, matrix. You can see this is not matrix, this is matrix. And in chaos, lazy, laissez-faire. In this word laissez-faire, it occurs in EZ. The word means the policy of allowing private businesses to develop without control. And you have seen the occurrence of this vowel A in these words. Here in this first column, it occurs in A, and in this column, it occurs in A too. Here in lathe and bathe occurs in A. But in rain, sail, and fail, it occurs in AI. And here in feign, in this column, in eight, in wait, in slay, in neighbor, it occurs in EI. And here in this column, it occurs in AY, in bay, in day, in day, in sway, in may, in pay. And here in date, it occurs in AI, in pale, in late, in wraith, and quaint. So whether it occurs in A or in AI or EI or in AY, it's the same sound. This is the symbol that stands for that sound in English, the diphthong A. The next one is the diphthong I. Vowel 14 is the diphthong I. It's an open front closing diphthong. It occurs in I in right, R-I-T-E, again I in R-I-G-H-T, or you could say that it occurs in I-G-H where the G-H is silent. So R-I-T-E and W-R-I-G-H-T are words of the same pronunciation. They are homophones, words spelled differently but pronounced exactly the same way as another. And the next word here is white, in bright, in fight, in fine, in nine, in wine, in pint. This is pint and not pint. You are likely to pronounce this as pint if you are looking at the alphabetic spelling. And in shine, in buy, you are in buy, in guy. UI in guide, Y in writhe, and Y in Python. And in pi, IE here, and then in die, in tie, in I in whiles, in IE in lie, in high, in sigh, in vice, rise, pile. It occurs in fire with an additional weak vowel added to it, and it occurs in wire the same way as fire. It occurs in liar the same way as in the words fire and wire, and then in dire, in trial, and then it occurs in island, in isle. Notice that the S in island and in isle is silent, and you have it in side, in cycle, occurring in a Y in cycle, and then in Y in cry. This is diphthong number 2, the vowel number 14, the diphthong I. Next is the diphthong oi. Vowel 15 is the diphthong oi. It's a mid-back closing diphthong. It occurs in oy, in boy, in joy, in coy, in ahoy, in ploy, in oi, in moist, in noise, in toil, in coin, in loin. It occurs in oy, in annoy, in deploy, in oi, in rejoice, in choice, in appoint. It occurs in the OY in loyal, in royal. This is not loyal. Many Nigerians pronounce this word as loyal, using O in place of OI. The sound here is OI and not O. And so it is in royal, our royal father, not our royal father. And the next word, OI, in voyage. This is not voyage, this is voyage. And in sawyer, in fire. It occurs in OI in poison, in poignant, OI in paranoid, in boisterous, OI in coinage. It occurs in OY again in royalty. This is not royalty, this is royalty. And in loyalty, you can say I am loyal, not I am loyal. Don't try to use O, you should use oi here. And in coitus, in join, in broil. This is diphthong 15, the diphthong oi. It's a combination of O and E. You open your mouth for O and then the mouth glides to E. So you have oil is the sound you find in oil. OIL, which many Nigerians pronounce as oye. All right, that's very crude way of pronouncing the word. OIL is oil. The next diphthong is ow. Vowel 16 is the diphthong ow. It's an open back closing diphthong. It occurs in OW in now, in brow, in owl. This is owl, not owl, as I have heard many Nigerians say. And it occurs in yowl, in foul, in OW in brown, in frown, in gown, in drown, in towel. This is towel, not towel. Many Nigerians say towel for this. Next time you say this word, just say towel, not towel. When you're at home, say, I need a towel. Where is my towel? Not where is my towel. Next time. The next word here is sow, S-O-W. This is sow, pronounced sow, when it means a female pig. But when it means to plant, to sow a seed, for instance, that's to plant, and it pronounced sow. But right here, when we say sow, we are referring to a female pig. And here is out. The sound is occurring in out, in OU, in pout, in shout, in tout, in bow, in plow, in drought, in tower. This is tower, not tower. Many Nigerians say tower for this word. This is not tower. This is tower correctly. And in power. It occurs in the OU in found, in bound, in hound, in round, in sound, in OU in hour, in flower. This is flower and it is not floor. I have heard many Nigerians pronounce this word as floor. This is flower, and you can see the phonetic transcription. The other word flower is also pronounced flower. Both F-L-O-W-E-R and F-L-O-U-R are pronounced exactly the same way. They are homophones. And the next word here is browse, drowse, vowel, of course, the word we've heard countless number of times. This is vowel number 16, the diphthong ow, an open back closing diphthong. The next one is o. Vowel 17 is the diphthong o. It's a mid-central closing diphthong. It occurs in OW in low, OW in show, in snow, in no, in EW in so. It occurs in the O of phone, in OW of zone, OA of loan, load, road, in coat, in goat, in float, in quote, in boat, in the O of coke, of poke, in O of cold, bold, in OU of dough. We have it in post, in coast, in cope, in hope, in O of probe, in coma, in sown, in own, in won't. This is won't and not won't. Here is portable. This is portable, not portable. P-O-R-T-A-B-L-E, that other word is portable. That means small enough to be carried about. But for this one, this means clean enough to drink, for drinking. Portable water, for instance. Or you want to talk about a portable radio, for instance, for small enough to be carried about. And here is opponent. This is opponent, not opponent. Well, the sound occurs in the O in opponent, and in the OE in foe, in O in golden, OU in poultry, and in the O in appropriate. This is vowel number 17. Take special care to learn this. Nigerians don't have this, many Nigerians don't have this sound in speech. Rather, they use a sound that is close to it, which is a monophthong. If you ask the Nigerian to say M-N-O, you hear M-N-O. Rather, many Nigerians, really not all Nigerians. Instead of saying M-N-O, you hear M-N-O, or rather O, like it's a monophthong. And you're going to hear many Nigerians pronounce this word as coke instead of coke, poke. You're going to hear poke instead of poke. You're going to hear code, which is a monophthong instead of cold. All right, now you hear post, which is a monophthong instead of post, to have it as a diphthong. Well, you can take your time to practice this word, rather this sound, so you can master it in your speech. The next diphthong is ear. Vowel 18 is the diphthong ear. It's a closed front centering diphthong. It occurs in double ER in peer, double ER in beer, in seer, in cheer, in sheer, in ear, EAR here, in fear, in deer, in spear, in gear. This is gear, not gear. In the EAR in year, in near, in here, in rear, in tear. This refers to the drop of liquid that comes from your eye when you cry. But when TEAR means to cut, it's pronounced tear, using the next diphthong we are going to look at, tear. And the sound ear, it occurs in IER in peer, in weird, in fierce, in pierce, in here. HERE and HEAR are homophones, pronounced exactly the same way. The sound occurs in career, double ER in career, in cashier, IER, EA in idea, ERE in sincere, and ERE in severe. It occurs in the E in the words in this column, but not very pronounced, but is there. And in zero, in hero, in serious, in period, in interior. This is diphthong number 6, vowel number 18, a closed front centering diphthong. The next diphthong is air. Vowel 19 is the diphthong air. It's a mid-front centering diphthong. It occurs in AIR, in air, in fair, in chair, in pair, in hair, in ARE in care, in fair, in share, in EAR in pair, in EIR in air. HEIR is pronounced exactly the same way as AIR. They are homophones, and it occurs in ARE in dare, in snare, in spare, in square, in scare. It occurs in the EAR of bear, just as the EAR of pair is pronounced air, EAR of bear is pronounced air. Many Nigerians pronounce this word as beer. That's not correct. Correct pronunciation is bear. You can see the transcription here. Pair here again, and tear. To tear something is to cut it. All right, unlike TEAR we came across earlier in the previous diphthong, TEAR when it means a drop of liquid that comes from your eye when you cry. But here, when you're referring to cut something, it is tear. And wear. Stop wearing my shirt. He's wearing a black shirt. Wear and not wear. Swear. There. This is there and not dear. Many Nigerians say dear. This is where. Again, where. This word WHERE pronounced exactly the same way as this one. You can see that they have exactly the same phonetic transcription. They are homophones. And here is rare, bear, and pair. You have it in parent, a single parent, not a single parent. All right, now many Nigerians say pay using a instead of a in this word parent. And in malaria, many Nigerians use the sound a instead of a. Now you've seen it is malaria. Next time you want to pronounce it, say malaria and not malaria. And this is very, and this is Mary, Mary, the mother of Jesus. Now you can see the transcription here. And the last word here is area, a local government area, not local government area. There is no A here. It's not A you have here, it's A you have here. This is diphthong number 7, which is vowel number 19. A. The next one is the final one, U. Vowel number 20 is the final vowel, the diphthong ur, a close back centering diphthong. It occurs in gurd, O-U-R in gurd. It occurs in O-U-R in tour, in door, in tourist, in tourism, in cure, in pure, in sure, in poor, in more, in curious, in curable, in curator, in purity, in surety, in curiosity, in security, enduring, endurable, in urine, in endure. This is urine, not urine or urine, as some people say. This is urine with stress on the first syllable. And once again, here is endure, procure, secure, ensure, assure. This is vowel number 20, the final diphthong, and it's very easy to learn. You can see it in URE in these words, double OR here, and you can see it in OUR in good, in tour, in door, in tourist, in tourism. If you notice any difference in the pronunciation of any of the vowels from word to word, even though they are the same vowel, in the next set of clips, I am going to begin to pair them in what is known as minimal pair, so that you can make a clear distinction between those vowels you think are alike, those vowels that you perceive as the same or similar, even though you have heard that they are different. That's what we're going to begin to look at in the next clip, comparing these vowels in minimal pairs. Congratulations, we've come to the end of monophthongs and diphthongs, the first 20 sounds of English, the vowels. I'll see you in the next clip.